Welcome back, everyone, to Hearts of Iron 4, Old War Blues, and this time we're gonna, well, continue our exploration of the newest additions to Old War Blues. I played it just when it came out after La Resistance release as Mirelurks, and now it's time for some, I'm not sure if memes or just creepiness, because there's this country that I wanted to try, the Bone Dancers, that has an interesting path. Now, I'm gonna buff up some of our possible enemies because, I don't know, it was pretty easy playing as Mliech, but I do not know. Maybe this is a terrible decision. Maybe this is an amazing decision. Who knows? I don't want this series to go on too long, actually, so perhaps too much buffing is bad. Too much buffing is bad.
A glorious victory, comrade!
Interesting. Very interesting. I was looking, where the hell is, like, the Heaven's Gate? Yeah, there we go, Heaven's Gate. Oh wait, maybe I should buff up Heaven's Gate a little bit more, because I'm definitely gonna fight those people in maybe the 80s. Either I'm dumb or they're not here. Alright, is there any special rules? No, there's obviously all these rules. Map setup? What the hell? Broken. Oh. Well, that should be tried once. Legion manpower restrictions new. Legion Civil War allowed. Oh my god. Holy shit. Synthetic Dawn? What the hell? The Maya will be prepared to face the Synthetic Dawn. Interesting. Looks like they have some... Legion explosion events from the NCR conquering that will be enabled as normal. Let's try that. Let's try a few of these things. The Kaiser's return. Oh, there's these things, right? The Zayton invasion. The Zayton Star Armada. Yeah, apparently we can have, and the Time Lord's visit with the TARDIS, of course, some Doctor Who stuff. I don't know. I don't feel like this is a, oh my god, secret enabled. What the fuck? New Plague. The New Plague cannot occur as a result of Area 51 enabled, because guess what? We are in this, the follower. Holy shit, what the fuck is this? This is so insane. Talalak's Death Rattle. Oh my god. There's so much shit. Anyway, we're definitely playing on Elite, just to make things a little bit more difficult. And wow, I did not expect to be spending this much time in there. Anyway, here we are. I need to improve or increase this soundtrack volume. Yeah, sure. All the OSTs, they shouldn't be copyrighted in any way. Excellent. And yeah, here we are, the Bone Dancer. So essentially, what we are is, crowd control gear enables enforcers. Holy shit. So much. I'm guessing the enforcers are like garrisons, basically. Cult Sword, Pioneer Kit. Yeah, we need the language tech, man. Give me the production. We also wouldn't mind some military industry. Okay, got a ton of guns. Scout kit, sure. Makeshift automatic weapons and support equipment, because that's going to be needed for a lot of things. We also apparently build canoes, but not that important. So we've also got like all these glorious bottle cap mechanics that have been added, but we're gonna check that out later. Anyway, basically, Bone Dancers. Alright, so part of the focus tree that's so weird that I was talking about is the lessons of the cathedral. So if you go with Hail to the King, which we'll get to in a little bit. Anyway, we get the Future Tech GEC Research Facility. The Bone Dancers are the most feared of the cannibals in the Oregon today, yet that was not always the case. Originally, there was just a hired group of mercs, a privately owned military contractor based out of Seattle known as Baron International. Oh god, it's already getting interesting. So Baron International, before the Great War, this company was hired by Future Tech, a subsidiary of Vault-Tec. Holy shit. Yeah, this is gonna take a while to get through. A subsidiary of Vault-Tec. Where is it? Made to help fund the development of technologies designed to invigorate the wastes in the post-war landscape. Okay. Future Tech brought on Baron International to help keep the researchers safe during the riots that were brought about by the New Plague. What the hell is the New Plague? I have no idea. After the Great War occurred, the Baron International quickly took control of the situation, storming the facility and seizing control from the scientists there. They assumed that if they just held out long enough, help would arrive when the government eventually came for them. They never came. Several decades later, and these mercs have turned their control of the facility into something like an iron grip. They were defending their small little corner of the wastes from other raiders, settlers, and mutants through their training and policies against outsiders. In their founding years, they had to fight off an odd series of groups, and which of them was the greatest? So the Wendigo Horde, the Mutant Remnants, or the Rancher Raiders? Let's take the Mutant Remnants. And then we get the Man in Rags. Prosperity wouldn't last forever for these survivalists. While the training of their ancestors allowed them to fight off rival tribes with ease, eventually they were in an impasse. The lands themselves they were living in were dying, driven lifeless by the radiation blanketing the wastes. It was a slow and gradual process, but eventually something had to be done when starvation was killing more of their rank than raids. In the late of night, a discussion was held. Ultimately, a decision as for what to do. The mercs tallied a vote. When a small enough group was chosen, they simply pulled straws until one pulled the shortest. He was sent to Bone Dance, uncover the secrets within the skeleton-filled ruins of the old Future Tech facility. This title would eventually fall onto the rest of the mercs, a way of honoring those that took the plunge to scrap dive into the seemingly cursed facilities in the hopes of finding valuable. You gotta be fucking kidding me! I still had 2 days on that. I guess we are beginning again, because I definitely don't want to record this ever again. Fucking hell, man. This is, yeah, this pisses me off a lot. This actually fucking pisses me off a lot. It's, of course, nah, whatever. Fuck off. I'll just buff up Heaven's Gate. Where is it? There we go. Buff them up. Need to buff them up a lot, actually, because they've got a lot of territory, and so the AI is bad. They're gonna be the end boss or something. Anyway, back to it, I suppose. That pisses me off so much. It's just one of those things about Hearts of Iron that's just so angering. When shit just pops off. No, not Dynamite. I'm Saw. Alright. Now I need to remember what I was doing. Yes, the Mutant Remnants. My fucking god. Shit just goes away instantly. Of course it does. Where? This one. Alright. Especially on a mod that runs fast like this one, which is a good thing. It's just that, you know, unfortunately sometimes runs too fast. Anyway, the Bone Dancers, oh no, never mind. These Bone Dances would bear fruit from time to time, but time was dwindling for the Bone Dancers. It was only with the time and the arrival of a strange robed figure from the south that their luck seemed to shift. This man, having lost his mind in some terrible experiment, or sorry, in some terrible experience, had more foresight and knowledge than any of the rest of them. Radiation baking his body and making him ageless. The Bone Dancers called him the Odious King, and with odd sense of foresight, eventually they were able to uncover a small section of partially functioning Gex that had been hiding in a deep shelter within the facility for ages. While the aid of this robed figure was most appreciated for the food he brought, it is debated how he was first treated when he arrived by the locales. What did they think of such a mysterious and strange figure? Either he is a monster, he is a man, or he is a god. Okay, so that's building slots as opposed to caps. Building slots is always good. He is a god. There's also another reason that I'm taking that. There we go. The Crimson Forest. With these Gex found by the Odious King, we were able to heal the land, yet not all was right. The machines themselves, through age, wear, and corrosion, had faltered somewhat. The biggest problem, though, radiation leaking through into the seeds contained within the machine itself. Often the greenery built by the machines was strange, corrupted, and cruel. The fruit of the trees bore was filling, yet it seemed to cause them to go to strange places, so essentially drugs. Eventually, these lands grown by these Gex were known as the Crimson Forest, the scarlet land of confusion, oddity, and madness. As the madness of the Crimson Forest gripped the Bone Dancers, so did it change them. Ritualized murder, cannibalism, and slavery began to dominate the culture of those that lived in the forest. This culture even spreading out, as splinter groups of the Bone Dancers began to wander off to the west, such as the Carcass Walkers, the Marrow Drinkers, and the Rib Breakers, which are obviously these people over here. Near the Future Tech facility, a group of fanatics have begun to worship the Odious King as a god, while along the coast, a group of settlers from Heaven's Gate have begun to clear out the forest itself. The newest leader of the Bone Dancers will have to decide the best strategy to deal with these different groups. So either decisive action wins wars, or we'll best proceed with caution. It's gonna give us 8 metal. Now, we already have 18 scrap metal. But I don't know, more metal doesn't sound bad. Of course, if we were to get the bottle caps, we could get some market options with the gun runners, although not yet apparently. Organization needs 500 stocks. Understandable, understandable, my friends. We're gonna say decisive action wins war. Sure, I like my whatchamacallit, my resources. Excellent. Oh, wow. Right, I forgot that all this existed. Anyway, so this, yeah. This focus tree goes down, and we can choose between either Hail to the King, Road Warriors of the 84, which is just staying with Cranium, who is our leader, of course. Of course, here's some wars. Or the Steam Acolytes. So, like, wait, no, not the Steam Acolytes, sorry. The Seraph Pilgrims versus the Crimson Acolytes. So the Seraph Pilgrims are refugees from Heaven's Gate, which is sort of the weird church up here. Alright, we actually have 200 political power. Oh, wow. We have settlement protection. Perhaps that's not the most. I wanted anything that would give me a lot of political power. Interesting. Oh, wow. Really now? Current ruling party is elites. I see. Warmonger. Justify war goal time minus 25%. Sounds good. Eventually we're gonna have to do that, so that's pretty good. Give me some infantry equipment. Of course we get an achievement because this mod is just too good. Anyway, yeah, so we have the conflict between the Seraph Pilgrims, the Pilgrims of the Steam, and the Odious King. Now, the Odious King gives a lot of stability modifiers, negative stability modifiers, of course. A dark gift. Looks like this stuff is going to be better at the beginning. And, yeah, we also have the question of cannibalism, which is common to all the Oregon factions, all the factions that are up here. And we're gonna need to choose between staying cannibalistic or back away from the blood feasts. Interesting. The Reclamation Authority. Okay. Oh, that's like the scavenging program. Understandable. So we need infantry equipment to do that, and it's gonna take a while. Now, if we go with the Pavilions of the Steam, we are gonna essentially try to buddy up with Heaven's Gate, and if they accept us, then we become a part of their faction, I believe. Become a part of their faction down here. Communion achieved. We join the Children of the Gate. Or if we're excommunicated by them, we try to take them over and become Heaven's Gate 2.0. Which is like, okay. And then you become advanced, which is like, okay. But if we went with the Odious King, we would have a very, very interesting path, essentially the Lessons of the Cathedral. Now, this path is essentially about you going in and reviving the Unity ideology, which if you've played Fallout, you probably know what that is. If not, it's basically like all the mutants. Arroyo has joined the Brotherhood of Steel. Wow, that was quick. Okay. All the mutants, you know, the Troll Warren people, coming from the post-apocalyptic... what should I do? Dynamite. Coming from the post-apocalyptic, you know, situation that America's in, were rallied together into one army by this dude called the Master. This is the events of Fallout 1. And his ideology was that essentially the super mutants, who are the same people as are in Troll Warren, and in general, like especially the super mutants, but in general the mutated creatures living in the wasteland are, you know, basically superior to humans because the new, you know, conditions under which the wasteland has to live in do not allow for whole humanity. Boost opinion in Mordinos, infrastructure, economy laws. What could we do? Bringer of civilization. Research advisor. Yeah, sure. Give me the military theorist. That sounds pretty useful. Scientific devotion. Research speed plus 3%. I'll pass up on that. Yeah, looks like this is quite a bit better. Anyway, basically, other than the whole, you know, turn all the mutant or all the humans into mutants, his whole idea was that basically, you know, there should be a unity of thought among all beings or whatever, and he was a psychic kind of character. And yeah, basically, I don't know, we can maybe revive this thing. I really do not know. Anyway, I feel like I'm gonna end this first episode off on that. And, oh, slaves escape from Chemalt Station. Okay, Chemalt Station's tyranny is known across the wasteland. Although they might justify slavery as a favor to primitives, we know that freedom is the right of every wastelander and have always looked on with dismay. Early this morning, slaves crossed the border with Chemalt Station forces in hot pursuit. Our troops met them at the border. Huh, and Chemalt Station is now demanding that we turn over the slaves. What shall we do? Okay, so Chemalt Station is too important to insult, or freedom is the right of every wastelander. That's gonna anger them. Is it also going to make them attack us? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Good. Although they are justifying against the Shoshone Nation. Sure, I think we want to justify on the Marrow Drinkers because I don't think we get a war goal on them. We get it through Route 20, but we're not going to have access to that part of the focus tree, so yeah, I'm actually going to justify on them. And continue down. Let's get the trained geckos. Sure, whatever. Anyway, gonna end off on this note. In the next part, if I've got some action, will be soon. If not, it's gonna be less than soon. So yeah, see ya guys.